or 60 eggs in 1 hour?
50. He can eat 50 eggs in one hour.
How much time does it take Luke to eat 50 eggs? Well, it takes him 1 hour.
It takes him 1 hour.
He can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour. Can Luke eat 50 eggs in 1 hour or 10 minutes?
1 hour.
1 hour. He can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour. Can Luke eat 50 eggs in 1 hour? Yes, he can. Luke can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour. Luke told his friend George. Did Luke tell his friend George?
Yes.
He certainly did. Luke told his friend George. What did Luke do?
He told friend George.
That's right. He told his friend George. Did Luke eat some eggs or tell his friend George?
He told friend George.
He told his friend George. Who told his friend George? Did Luke's brother Stanley tell George? No. It wasn't Stanley. Did Luke tell George?
No.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Luke told George.
He told George.
Who did Luke tell? Did he tell his mother?
No, he didn't tell his mother.
No, he didn't tell his mother. Did he tell George?
Yeah, he told George.
Yes, that's correct. He told George. What did Luke tell George? Did he tell him the score of the football game?
No, he didn't tell his score.
No, that's not what he told him. Did he tell him that he can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour?
Yes.
He certainly did. That's what he told him.
This is what he told him.
Did Luke tell George that he can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
That's what he told his friend George.
That's what he told friend George.
George thought this seemed far-fetched. Did George think this seemed far-fetched?
Yes.
Yes, he did. George thought this seemed far-fetched. What did George think? Did he think that it was going to rain?
No, he didn't think that it's going to rain.
No, George didn't think it was going to rain. Did he think that it seemed far-fetched?
Yes.
Yes, he did. He thought it seemed far-fetched. Did he think that it seemed believable?
Yes.
No, he didn't think that it seemed believable. Far-fetched does not mean believable. Did he think that it seemed unbelievable?
Yes.
Yes, he did. George thought that this seemed far-fetched, which is the same thing as saying that he thought that it seemed unbelievable. What did George think was far-fetched? Did he think that Luke being able to eat 50 eggs in 1 hour was far-fetched?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct. That's what he thought was far-fetched or unbelievable. Did George think that Luke could eat 50 eggs in 1 hour?
No, he didn't think.
No, he didn't. He thought that it seemed far-fetched or unbelievable. Who thought that it seemed far-fetched? Did Luke think that it seemed far-fetched?
No, Luke didn't think that it seemed far-fetched.
No, Luke didn't think it seemed far-fetched. Did George think that it seemed far-fetched?
Yes, George think that it seemed far-fetched.
Yes, he did. George thought this seemed far-fetched. Did George think that it seemed unbelievable?
Yes.
Yes, he did. He thought it seemed far-fetched, or he thought it seemed unbelievable. Far-fetched means unbelievable.
Believable.
He thought that Luke was pulling his leg.
His name.
Did he think that Luke was pulling his leg? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
He thought that Luke was pulling his leg. What did he think Luke was doing?
Luke, he's
Pulling
pulling
his
his
leg.
leg.
He thought that Luke was pulling his leg. Did he think that Luke was pulling his leg or biting his hand?
Pulling his neck.
Pulling his leg. He thought that Luke was pulling his leg.
Pulling his leg.
Did he think that Luke was pulling his leg?
Yes.
Yes, he did. He thought that
He
Luke
thought that
was
Luke
pulling
was
his leg.
pulling his leg.
Did he think that Luke was making a joke by lying to him and pretending that the lie was true? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
When someone is said to be pulling your leg, that person is making a joke by lying to you and pretending that the lie was true. So that's what he thought Luke was doing. Who thought that Luke was pulling his leg? Did George or Leo think that Luke was pulling his leg?
Leo.
George. George thought that Luke was pulling his leg.
Luke was pulling his leg.
Did George think that Luke was pulling his leg? Yes, he
Yes,
did.
he did.
He thought that Luke was
Thought
pulling
that
his
Luke
leg.
was pulling his leg.
Who did he think was pulling his leg? Did he think that Luke's mother was pulling his leg?
No.
No, he didn't think Luke's mother was doing it. Did he think that Luke was pulling his leg? Yes.
Yes.
Luke. He thought Luke was pulling his leg.
Was pulling his leg.
Did George think that Luke was making a joke by lying to him and pretending that the lie was true? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
He thought that Luke was making a joke by lying to him and pretending that the lie was true, which is the same as saying he thought that Luke was pulling his leg. "You've got to be kidding," he said to Luke. Did he tell Luke that he's got to be kidding? Yes. Yes, that's exactly what he said. He said to Luke, "You've got to be kidding." Did he tell Luke that he cannot be serious? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he did. He
Yes,
said,
he did.
"You've got to
He
be
said,
kidding,"
"You've gotta be
which is the
kidding."
same thing as saying you cannot be serious. Who told Luke he's got to be kidding? Did Stanley tell him? No,
No.
it wasn't Stanley.
It was a stand.
Did George tell Luke he's got to be kidding? Yes, that's correct.
That's correct.
George told Luke he's got to be kidding. Did George tell Luke that he cannot be serious? Yes, he did.
He did.
Remember, "you've got to be kidding" is the same thing as saying you can't be serious. Why does George think that Luke has got to be kidding? Well, he does not think that Luke can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour. Does George think that Luke can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour?
No.
No, he doesn't. He said to him, "You've got to be kidding," which means he did not think that what Luke said was true. And Luke had told him that he can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour. And then that's when George said, "You've got to be kidding." So Luke bet George $100 that he can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour. Did Luke bet George $100 that he can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour?
Yes.
Yes, he did. Luke bet George $100 that he can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour. Okay, so what did Luke do? Well, he bet George $100 that he can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour. Who bet George $100? Did Luke or Stanley bet George? Luke did. Luke bet George. Did Stanley bet George?
No.
No? Stanley didn't bet George. Did Luke bet George? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Luke bet George. He bet him $100. How much money did Luke bet George? $100. He bet him $100. Did Luke bet George $500? No, he didn't bet him that much money. Did Luke bet George $100?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct. He bet him $100. Who did Luke bet? Did Luke bet George or Stanley?
Jean.
Well, he bet George. He made a $100 bet with George.
He made from.
What did Luke bet George? Did he bet him that he can bake a cake?
No.
No, he didn't bet him that he can bake a cake. Did Luke bet him that he can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
That's what he bet him. He bet him that he can eat 50 eggs in 1 hour. How many eggs does Luke have to eat to win the bet? Does he have to eat 50 eggs or 100 eggs?
50.
50 eggs. He has to eat 50 eggs in order to win the bet. How much time does Luke have to eat the 50 eggs? Does he have 1 hour or 1 day to eat the eggs?
1 hour. It is 1 hour.
Well, he has 1 hour to eat the eggs. If Luke eats 20 eggs in 1 hour, does he win the bet? No. No, he doesn't. He has to eat 50 eggs in 1 hour in order to win the bet. If Luke eats 20 eggs in 1 hour, does George win the bet? Yes, he does.
Yes, he did.
If Luke eats 20 eggs in 1 hour, that means that Luke loses the bet and George wins the bet. Luke ate 15 eggs in the first 10 minutes. Did Luke eat 15 eggs in the first 10 minutes?
Yes.
Yes, he did. He ate 15 eggs in the first 10 minutes. What did Luke do in the first 10 minutes? Well, he ate 15 eggs.
He ate 50 eggs.
Did Luke eat 10 pieces of bread or 15 eggs?
15 eggs.
15 eggs. He ate 15 eggs. Did Luke eat 10 pieces of bread? No, he didn't eat any bread. Did Luke eat 15 eggs? Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
He ate
He ate
15 eggs.
eggs.
Who ate 15 eggs in the first 10 minutes? Luke did. Luke ate 15 eggs in the first 10 minutes. Did George or Luke eat 15 eggs in the first 10 minutes?
George.
Luke did. Luke ate 15 eggs in the first 10 minutes. Did Will Smith eat 15 eggs in the first 10 minutes?
No.
No, it wasn't Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Did Luke eat 15 eggs in the first 10 minutes? Yes, that's correct. Luke ate 15 eggs in the first 10 minutes.
In the first 10 minutes.
How much time did it take Luke to eat 15 eggs? Did it take him 30 minutes?
No.
No, it didn't take him that long. Did it take Luke 10 minutes to eat 15 eggs?
No.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, that's correct.
It took him 10 minutes.
It took him
Luke
10
ate
minutes.
15
Luke
eggs
ate 15
in the
eggs
first
in the
10
first
minutes. Then, all of a sudden, the ground started to shake.
Shake.
Did the ground start to shake all of a sudden?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
All of a sudden, the ground started to shake.
Ground started to shake.
What happened? Well, the ground started to shake all of a sudden. Did the ground start to shake? Or a tree start to fall?
It was shake.
The ground started to shake. Did a tree start to fall? No. A tree didn't start to fall. Did the ground start to shake all of a sudden? Yes, that's correct. The ground started to shake all of a sudden. Did the ground start to shake right away? Well, yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
Because it started to shake all of a sudden. Did the ground start to shake without any warning? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it did.
Yes,
It started to shake all of a sudden, which is the same as saying it started to shake right away and without any warning. Did the ground start to shake all of a sudden?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it did. All of a sudden, the ground started to shake. There was an earthquake due east of San Francisco. Was there an earthquake due east of San Francisco? Yes, there was.
Yes, it was.
There was an earthquake due east of San Francisco. What was there? Was there an earthquake or a rainstorm?
Earthquake.
An earthquake. There was an earthquake. Where was the earthquake? Due east of San Francisco. The earthquake was due east of San Francisco. Was the earthquake east of San Francisco? Well, yes. Yes, it was. It was due east of San Francisco, which is the same thing as saying it was east of San Francisco. Was there an earthquake due east of San Francisco? Yes, there was.
It was.
There was an earthquake due east of San Francisco. Luke was not surprised. So was Luke surprised?
No.
No, he wasn't. He was not surprised. Who was not surprised? Was Will Smith not surprised? No. We're not talking about Will Smith here. Was Luke not surprised?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct. Luke was not surprised. What was Luke not surprised about? Was he not surprised that gas prices increased? No, that's not it.
That's not.
Was he not surprised that there was an earthquake? Yes, that's correct.
That's correct.
He was not surprised. He was not surprised that there was an earthquake. Because earthquakes are a dime a dozen in San Francisco. Are earthquakes a dime a dozen in San Francisco?
Yes.
Yes, they are. Earthquakes are a dime a dozen in San Francisco. Okay, so what are a dime a dozen in San Francisco? Are red cars or earthquakes a dime a dozen in San Francisco?
Earthquake.
Earthquakes are. Earthquakes are a dime a dozen in San Francisco. Are red cars a dime a dozen in San Francisco?
No.
No, not red cars. Are earthquakes a dime a dozen in San Francisco?
Yes.
Yes, they are. Earthquakes are a dime a dozen in San Francisco. Are earthquakes very common in San Francisco?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct. Earthquakes are a dime a dozen in San Francisco, which is the same thing as saying earthquakes are very common in San Francisco. A dime a dozen means very common. Why was Luke not surprised? Was he not surprised because earthquakes are a dime a dozen in San Francisco?
Yes.
Yes, that's true. He was not surprised because earthquakes are a dime a dozen in San Francisco. Was Luke not surprised because earthquakes are very common in San Francisco?
Yes.
Yes, that's true. That's why. Luke knew that earthquakes are a dime a dozen in San Francisco, so he wasn't surprised when he felt an earthquake, because he knows earthquakes are a dime a dozen, or that earthquakes are very common in San Francisco. When you live in San Francisco, it's a given that you will feel an earthquake, said Luke. Is it a given that you will feel an earthquake when you live in San Francisco?
Yes.
Yes, it is. That's what Luke has said. Is it doubtful that you will feel an earthquake when you live in San Francisco?
Yes.
No, it's not doubtful. It's a given. And when something is a given, that means that there is no doubt about it. Is there any doubt that you will feel an earthquake when you live in San Francisco? No, there isn't. There is no doubt. It's a given. It's a given means that there is no doubt. Is it a given that you will feel an earthquake if you live in New York? No, not New York. We're talking about San Francisco. Is it a given that you will feel an earthquake if you live in San Francisco? Yes, that's correct. It's a given that you will feel an earthquake when you live in San Francisco. What is a given when you live in San Francisco? Is seeing a red car or feeling an earthquake a given when you live in San Francisco? Well, feeling an earthquake is. It's a given that you will feel an earthquake when you live in San Francisco. Does Luke believe that you will feel an earthquake if you live in San Francisco? Yes, he does. He said it's a given that you will feel an earthquake. Does Luke have any doubt that you will feel an earthquake when you live in San Francisco? No. He has no doubt. He says it's a given that you will feel an earthquake. Totally, said George. Does George think that what Luke said is true? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he does.